This video, we're going to look at the shelf. The shelf is this area down along the bottom of your screen, and it's basically an area that holds the apps that you're currently using or apps that you've pinned to the shelf. There's also an area over to the right here called the tray, which we'll talk about a little more in another video. But basically, you've got some apps here that have already been pushed by the IT department, and you can rearrange them a little bit if you like. You can drag them around and move them to different places. You can change where the shelf is located by right-clicking on it and choosing the shelf position if you'd like to send it over to the right side, or if you'd like to put it back on the bottom. Okay. You can also choose to change the wallpaper. That's the background of your Chromebook itself from the shelf. But more importantly, you can add things to the shelf that you use on a regular basis. So for instance, like here, I've got this YouTube window that I might use. And if I want it to always be there, I can right click on it and I can choose to pin it to the shelf. And that way it'll always be there for me. Now let's say there's a website that I go to on a regular basis and I'd like to make a button for it down here in my shelf. So if I open up a new web page, let's say I want to look for Khan Academy. Okay. And when I find Khan Academy, I want to create a shortcut for the site. So I'll go over to the three dots and I'll choose more tools and I will choose to create a shortcut. Now I have an option here which is kind of interesting. First of all, I can give it a name, so I will just shorten it down. I don't need all this other information here, so I will delete this stuff by clicking the backspace. And it has this button here or this checkbox that says open as window. So if I choose that and then I choose to create it, it opens Khan Academy in its very own window. And then also notice that there is now a little app button for Khan Academy in the shelf. Now, if I close this, that app button goes away. Well, where does it go? It goes over here in the launcher. Okay, so there's Khan Academy right there. And now if I want it to stay on the shelf, I can right click on it and choose to pin to the shelf. And then anytime I want to look at Khan Academy, I can click that button and it'll open Khan Academy in its own window. And that way I can kind of switch between the different apps I want to use. If I'm going to go back to Chrome, I can go back to the tab I was on there, or if I wanted to open the Canvas app, I could open that up and just basically have a series of windows. And then on my keyboard itself, there's a button that'll let me look at all of my windows. And if I push that, then I can see all the separate windows that I have open, including the tabs that I have open on my browser. So that's just a little bit of options that you have with the shelf.